Greetings Netrunners and welcome to our latest look at the data packs of Netrunner. Today we have the new Business First data pack and we'll be looking at the runner cards. Starting with EMP device for the Anax. Now this is a brilliant little card. 1 credit, hardware, bomb, very Anarch. Trash and the corp cannot res more than 1 piece of ice for the remainder of this run. Use this ability only during a run. So if you've got this early game, the corp hasn't resed any ice yet, go after HQ or R&D, and you can make sure they can only res 1 piece of ice against you. Or if they've built a really strong server later game and you know they've got their agendas in it, you can use it to make sure they can only pick 1 piece of ice to res. Additionally, you could use it to, after you've got past the first piece of ice, use that and they can't res another one. Next for the Anax we have Diwan Program Virus. When Dawn is installed, choose a server as an additional cost to install the card in or protecting that server. The corp must pay 1 credit. So a little bit of draining the corp's money there. Trash Diwan if the corp purges virus counters and a cost of 1. Also a memory cost of 1, which does make it a little bit more expensive, but there's plenty of ways to host those kinds of things. Next we're on to the criminals, and a special card here. It was designed by the 2013 World Champion, Jens Eriksson. Cost of 3, CBI raid. Event Run Sabotage. Make a run on HQ if successful. Instead of accessing cards, the corp adds all cards in HQ to the top of R&D in the order of his or her choice. And that's going to be very handy if you know the corp's getting ready to set up for putting an agenda together and scoring it, or that they've got economy cards in their hand, or anything like that. To slow their game down, do this, and suddenly all those cards are on the top of R&D. Especially if you know they've got agendas in their hand, and they've got a bit too much ice on HQ, then you could use this to put it all back into R&D, especially if you can access multiple cards. Next up we have Tech Trader, handy little connection, cost of 1, and has, whenever you use a trash ability, you can gain 1 credit, so just an extra bit of economy there. Next up we have the new consumer grade hardware, the Netchip for the Shapers. 1 credit and has Netchip can host a program with a memory cost less than or equal to the number of copies of Netchip installed. The memory cost of the hosted program does not count towards your memory limit. So a good way to host those and get below your memory costs. And you can have up to 6 in your deck, so anything with a cost of 6 or less you can host on these. And remember, you can host 1 per chip. So if you've got all 6 in play, they can each be hosting something. Next we have the neutral cards, and we have Corporate Scandal, cost of 3, event current. This card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is scored as usual, and the corp has 1 additional bad publicity, even if they have 0. This means that if the corp has a way to get rid of their bad publicity, they will still have effectively 1, because this always counts as 1 even if they have 0. Just makes your runs a little bit cheaper. And now we have Populist Rally. Cost of 2, event, play only if you have at least 1 CD card installed. The corp has 1 fewer clicks to spend on his or her next turn. Now this can be very handy in a situation where you know they're getting ready to score an agenda but it needs all of their clicks. This can buy you the time to make the run to try and steal it, just by making sure that they won't be able to do it next turn. Alright, that's all the runner cards for today. Next we'll be doing the corp cards, and I'll see you next time, Netrunners. Remember to like and subscribe.